We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Still going strong, trusting God when it's good or when it's going wrong. Encourage other believers to keep holding on, casting the vision and we making it plain. We the head, not the tail, so we won't complain. Here to lift up the downcast and the brokenhearted, changing lives with the truth. So let's get it started.
Woo!
We got the word,
music, entertainment, live. Every Sunday night. An interesting story.
G to the OSPEL rhythms. MC Trisha in the house. MC Rowe in the house. Gospel Rhythms, y'all. How you doing? Happy Sunday, everybody.
Yo, what's up? That's right. Coming to you live in the studio in sunny Los Angeles, California. GospelRhythms.com, Talk Live Radio, and LATalkLive.com, reality radio. We're more than just talk. We're heaven's party
here on earth. Yes. I'm Trisha Mann Grant.
I'm Ro Williams, and we are worldwide. So
yes, we are.
Whatever part of the
Praise
corner of
Jesus.
the world that you are in, yo, spread the word, the good word. We
That's
are in the house.
That's
so
right.
tweet, Instagram, Facebook, call to action, knock on your neighbor's door.
Email.
Or if you use your phone, cell phone, telephone,
Did you
home
say
phone.
text?
Text, whatever
SOS.
Whatever way.
Go outside.
Smoke signal.
Wave at somebody.
You know what I'm
Gospel
saying?
Rhythms, y'all.
Yeah. Send up a prayer.
That's
But
right.
Get them here. Right
Talk
on.
to Jesus. We need you. We need
Yeah,
you.
this is our entertainment edition, and it's going to be hot. It's going to be live.
Yes, I'm excited.
Yeah, you know, I just love when we have such accomplished. I mean, everyone comes here has a testimony and a story, but having
That's
an
right.
accomplished guest is really inspiring to get to. I mean, Trisha kind of probably knows the meat and the bones about our guests, but I'm going to be sitting on the edge of my seat to glean pearls of wisdom about his journey and some of the things that God has taken him through to get through to this day.
And what a
Producer,
journey he has
director,
had. Yes.
writer, got
father,
the actor in there too.
Father, and yeah, he actually does act in his own films. He does his cameos.
Actor.
You know, he's kind of he tried to be on the down low with it. But he's got skills and music. He writes songs and
Now you say a father. Do we add
Father.
a husband to that too? I guess we'll find that out.
you say no.
Hey, that's a part of his journey. We
So
find
he
out
is
about that too.
Available. You are available, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Pause.
Yeah. But
available, ladies.
in the meantime and in between time, man, I mean, it's good to have you back in studio. I shout outs to Lady B, aka Brianna. Okay, she was holding it down. Did I say your name right? Okay. No, I didn't.
No. Tell us, baby. What is it?
No, I said Lucky B first. Oh,
Lucky
I said
B.
Lucky. Oh, Lady
So
B.
today you're Lady Lucky B. We're going to rename you today.
But you
Lady
know what?
Lucky B.
Actually, I said I don't believe in luck, but okay. She has her own radio show, but she's a sweetheart. She is a lady, and she has a radio show out of her campus, Long Beach City College.
Nice.
I got it. And so we just want to give her a shout out. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Brianna,
We got
Lucky
her,
B.
Yeah, we
Thank
have
you,
her.
Mama.
I love her little cute picture when she does. I'm gonna have to redo mine.
What is this? What does
I don't
this
know.
mean?
It just means
It's
like
not one
it
of them
means like
devil
she's
worshiping
handling it.
signs, is
No, girl, she's just like. No, actually, it could be greater than.
Going down.
No, if it's this way, it's greater than.
It's greater than?
Yeah.
Okay.
But either way, she girl, she held
somebody
it down.
help me because I'm just a little behind in the times. But
You
that's
know
all
what?
right.
I love your poodle do. I'm sorry.
You
I
like
just
my
have
poodle
to,
do?
I just had to say aside.
you
Aside. You know,
decrease.
I haven't seen it like that. I've seen a ponytail like that.
Yeah.
You know, you got that kind of hair that can go. You know, that commercial where it's like your curls. Don't try to make
Yeah.
my curls straight. You have.
Well,
it'll
today
do
it's
whatever.
going somewhere. It's going
And
every
trust
which
me,
way.
ladies, it's not a weave. Okay, I would know. It is the real deal.
Aw, you know what? My daughter Dina Yoba, who's in the house. Hi, baby girl. She has inspired me to really focus more on the wash and go look or the twisty and
wish
the
I could
curly
do that.
natural thing because
got it going on.
Girl, my hair used to be a lot longer. I was just telling Veneric that earlier. And women, we got to take care of our hair, especially the sisters out there. Stop putting all that heat and stuff on your hair. So, and if you do, wrap it up. Now, I'm preaching to the choir because I'm really bad at wrapping.
Well, you know what though, you in the theater so much with acting. You should just be the wig queen right right now because
That's
I'd be like,
funny.
I would be getting some lace fronts.
Right.
I'd be like, you're not touching my hair no more
Yeah.
because I'm gonna be
Yeah.
bald in a minute.
I have
So-
seriously thought about doing the weave, girl, just to
Or
give it a
wigs.
break. Or no, I don't like wigs, but the weave, I've really been considering it. But I hate having stuff all up in my scalp.
I don't need.
And then
like
I want,
that.
I want my
I need to
husband
feel
to be
my
able
scalp.
to run his hands up in there. I don't want him getting caught and snagged and everything.
Woo! Well, you know they
know?
did say they marry you for better or for worse. So here's for that would be for worse. But girl, last week, we just in keeping with the theme of empowerment, we had Beatrice Wormsley, Purpose's wife, here because they did another Meeting the Need with her Help in Care 2007 a nonprofit ministry.
Beautiful.
And again, it was the second. Maybe the third time I think that they were at the Pueblo del Rio housing project this Saturday, this past Saturday, March 21st, 2015. And so, it was done on a smaller scale, but when I hosted the one before this, they had live bands, which they had bands and musicians out that performed. They also had a food truck. They had some giveaways. They had, and they had the rec room set up almost like a Salvation Army or a Goodwill, where
beautiful.
nobody had to pay for anything. You came in, you got your shoes, the kids got toys, they got clothes, they got toiletry, everything from deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrushes, toilet paper, practical things.
I missed
And
out.
I love that because really, that's what it's about. It's about meeting the need right where you are. I mean,
Well, yeah. Let me say
and I just want to say $68 million could go so far in meeting a need in the community right here. I just hate to put that out there.
And you know what? Even if you can help one person at a time, there is a couple out there, and I just want to give them some love. Leona and her husband Anthony, and they are presently homeless, and they don't mind me telling because they're actually going to come on the show one of these days and tell their story. But they have such a great spirit, and when I give to her, she always wants to give something back. She's like, no, take this new drink, and I'm like, girl, keep that drink. She's like, no, I made this seasoning, and she really like wants to give to me, and she prays, and I mean that girl loves the Lord, and she has such a great spirit. And there's some of us out there with a home, with a car, with a husband, with the kids, and with so much clothes in our closet and shoes on our feet, and we're still complaining.
And I got to tell you, the thing that was a standout, being blessed to have Beatrice here again. She's married with 10 children. Okay, by the same husband. She's married.
Wow.
But the fact that she doesn't allow her circumstances of being a stay-at-home mom stop her from, showing her children the importance of giving back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or never looking at your situation as so like, I need help. Why am I going to help somebody? I need help. How many times we say that? Help you. How many times we went to 7-Eleven and somebody asked for money and be like, give you money. I need somebody to give me some money.
Yeah, but if we keep this all closed up for ourselves, then we don't have any room to put anything inside.
Yeah, but
of
I
it.
think it's
Gotta
where
give.
God's word has to really reprogram our thinking. And we got to also have a show too, because I was battling out my prayer partner because she actually goes to Creflo's church. And, when people want all that money for a big ticket item to allegedly go across and do ministry across the board, I think that we need more wisdom as body of believers as to how we're to really utilize our resources the best way we can.
Now, maybe I'm not understanding. You say that
he was asking $68 million to buy a plane. Yeah,
is the whole church gonna get on the plane?
I don't know,
Okay.
but whatever that was, the when you break it down to the fuel bill alone was like almost $10,000, and I don't know if that's for one trip. But then you put half and you tax the church for the other half. It's just too much of that. I think that if we, not taking away from ministry abroad, but let's figure out a more wiser way to utilize the resources that God has given us, and then set that example so that it can trickle down to the believers in the church, and we are not always living from paycheck to paycheck, robbing Peter to pay Paul, or all those other things.
Right.
How
How many times have we all experienced that?
Man, I'm
yeah,
just
no,
saying.
I don't know about the plane situation, but I did enjoy myself when I did go there. I went there a couple of times when I was in Atlanta, and I really did like the church. It's beautiful too.
Yeah, she's spiritually employed. She's on the prayer line, and she loves it. She has nothing
Spiritually
but
employed.
great things to say about that. And I just
we
hate
need to talk to her about being spiritually employed.
Oh yeah, I just hate when things like that happen, because it does take the focus off of the mission of the church, and that's to love on people. Because the universal perception is, oh, there y'all go again. Now, whether that was his heart intentions, I'm sure it wasn't. But sometimes we, in our desire to be enveloped around the luxurious life that God has blessed us to live, you forget that sometimes you got to set that aside, just like Jesus did,
Sacrifice,
and ride that camel or that donkey or that jackass into whatever city you need to get into, just so you can get into it. And just I don't know. But that's another show.
No, that's another show. That is a very good point, and well taken. I got you, girl.
Well, how was the word today? I know you was at the house.
Wow, why you trying to throw me under the bus and everything? You know I ain't go to church.
Ooh, I really did not know that.
This is a nice flower. We need to upgrade it. All right, so the word.
She was.
Did you go to church,
You was at Bedside Baptist.
Yeah, Paul, did you go to church today? Yes, I know he did. He looked like he just stepped out.
Well,
of the
I
chapel.
did. I have a new church I've been going to, and it's at the Envision Center, and it's called I don't forgot the name.
Pastor Sanchez. She
forgot.
done left us. She just left us, Pastor Sanchez.
Actually, I put it on Facebook. This is like my fourth time there. I just you have to go where the Lord leads you.
And, you sure the Lord led you?
Yeah, it's every
nation. Sometimes we think the Lord be leading us places.
No, seriously, he did.
Sure.
Every Nation City Church. Every Nation City Church is a name. And I told you how I met them. I actually was in the park one day because I had been praying for, you want to give tangible love, but you want to feel it in the place that you fellowship. I'm not taking that away from anybody else's church, but I just saw some things before even visiting this church that really was like, wow. I was like, you guys are out here on a Saturday just loving on people like Jehovah's Witnesses and all, like knocking on doors on a Saturday, just sowing their time when they can be sleeping in and just kicking back and just praying for people. Like, that's how y'all really are. That's how
beautiful.
You really do. I'm like, I was like, do y'all serve Kool-Aid in your lobby? Because I'm like, they were young
so
people.
So you left the covenant to go get some Kool-Aid?
No, I left the covenant to view and see if this was real love. Like, are y'all really like this?
Well,
like,
hold up. Pastor Sanchez, I still love you. I'm still with the
still
covenant.
love
I didn't
you.
make
I
it to
love
church
the
today, but I still got love for you. Pastor Sanchez, Pastor Arlen Sanchez. And God bless your church. And one of these days, maybe
visit.
The covenant can come visit your church.
And I'll come back, because y'all still family.
We still family.
But I gotta tell you that the series is entitled The Gospel. And what I think God in this season is explaining to me is, we're gospel rhythms. And I always said the gospel is the good news. It's the word. But what God was really showing me, it's not just the word. It's the word. It's the good news about why Jesus came. His purpose. That is the gospel, the good news. And
that's beautiful.
Yeah. So
Pastor talked about that like a couple of Sundays back.
Yeah. And
you missed it though, because you was at another
church. But God gets it to you when he could get it to you. Actually, we were on a series called The Born Identity at that point. And that was another awesome series.
You remember.
No, not your church, my church.
I can't. I just can't right now. We can't have this conversation.
But I just
I'm
wanted
feeling
to share
some type of way about you being gone. So I'm trying not to hate.
I don't know why.
Keep it all Christian and loving.
You always on the road.
And I did miss you. We're not going to have this conversation right now. We are not going there.
Wait, I just wanted to share what I love. Can I share my little morsel and then we're going to go to commercial and come back?
I thought you shared about 5 morsels. Go ahead.
No,
share
I
some
didn't.
more.
I didn't get to the point.
Share the whole bowl of porridge.
We as women, we take the long fine print way to get to the point. We probably need a man to come in and break it up.
You better speak for yourself.
Anyway.
I don't have to take a long way. I get straight to the point.
Okay. All right. Y'all pay attention, right? And y'all hear this. Y'all gonna see it ain't
just
true.
Watch her when we interview Paul. Who gets straight to the point? So Rose going to be like, so upon your leaving within the place of the other movie that you did, the next movie, when we get to the movie back then how would you go around about actually shooting that? Whereas I'm going to say, so how you shoot that, Paul? Just watch.
Well,
thank you.
Well,
I rest
you can bring the music up. We're gonna go to commercial.
I'm gonna punch it, but I love it.
But in the meantime, the divine exchange. He died the death we should have died in our place. That's Jesus. Jesus was rejected. So, where to go? Jesus was rejected so we could be accepted. Jesus was punished so we could live in peace. He was wounded so we could be healed. He was abandoned so we would be adopted by God.
Amen.
And that is
That's
what
beautiful.
The gospel is truly all
That's
about.
the gospel,
So keep it right here.
That's the gospel.
Because we got some entertainment for you.
With gospel rhythms.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
Trisha Mann Grant.
Earl Williams.
See you in a minute.
Rappers, spoken word, and actors, and business owners, playwriters, and pastors. There's many gifts to encourage the body. Consider this an invitation. Come and kick it and party. We're evolving the way we deliver the gospel. Same message, different method, redefined apostles. And through Christ, we're empowered to shine. Everybody's VIP, ain't no way in the line. GospelRhythms.com. We make the word jam, the beat to which we live.
Hey, shout us out. What's the count? Tune in to WDC Radio with me, Ferran Dozier, your host, aka I am WDC, on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, as we cover aspects of sickle cell trait, interviews with doctors, nurses, caregivers, and those living with sickle cell. So be sure to tune in every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific on WDC Radio, exclusively here on LA Talk Live, where we're more than just talk.
Hello, I'm Joel Ramirez.
And I'm Lolita Robinson Coppage, and welcome to Joy in My House
On LATalkLive.com. Inspirational radio
with a touch of recovery.
A reality show where nothing is left unsaid.
And no one is insignificant who says it.
Exclusively on LATalkLive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B or watch us on Ustream TV.
Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, I'm Ro Williams, and I would like to invite you to join GospelRhythms.com every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our show, GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio. Join us as we celebrate Christians around the world in all genres of entertainment, as well as highlight interest stories on men and women who are making a difference and impacting their community. So don't forget to tune in to GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio, exclusively on LATalkLive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes under R&B or watch us live on Ustream TV. We are reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio on LATalkLive.com. We're more than just talk. We're heaven's party. Here on earth.
We live on the Ustream. What you know about the Gospel Rhythms magazine? But God's in it, you don't gotta chase dreams. You need to check us out and see what we mean.
What's the phone?
Yeah.
Here on earth.
I'm gonna learn the words one day. What? Say what?
Yeah.
Hey, you all see this? This here is Instagram, which is really, really hot. And Gospel Rhythms, all you have to do is go to Instagram and just follow Gospel Rhythms. And follow, what's your, Ro Williams?
No, just that Gospel Rhythms. That's all I am.
Gospel Rhythms. And Trisha Mann Grant.
Yeah. You know,
And Paul, you're on Instagram?
I am.
And Paul Hanna.
Yeah, but
Is it
we
Paul
like
Hanna or
one
Paul?
Paul Hanna.
Just one Paul. It's just one Paul Hanna, baby.
And,
it can only be one.
And also,
It's gone.
we're on your
Here.
smartphones.
Take your phone
So
up.
you can actually watch us.
Yes,
on
you
your
can watch
smartphone.
us on your phones now.
We got a shot of us, viewing.
Hey.
Thank you. She's so
All right,
crazy.
well, we'll come back to us and our app and our website and all that wonderful stuff. And right now,
I got it. I'm just writing it down.
oh my God.
Oh, yeah, welcome back to
I'm like,
GospelRhythms.com.
so
Talk
totally-
Live Radio, like for sure. I'm like Ro Williams.
and I'm like, hello, Trisha Mann Grant.
Hello.
What? All right, so we're excited because we got Paul Hanna in the house.
Like for real, like a
Oh
real
my
life,
God.
like producer, writer, movie director. I'm like, hello.
Okay, you do that like a little bit too well. I need you to stop right now. Okay, so we're going to give him the perfect introduction. Here we go.
Live from Los Angeles, California.
Introducing Mr. Paul D. Hanna! Woo! And the crowd roars.
Hey y'all, what's going on? Y'all are so crazy. I love it. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
What's up?
What's up?
Thank you
Yes,
for
we-
being here.
Yeah.
My pleasure. Absolutely my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, and you know what is so wonderful, Paul, is that you with the busy schedule you have, you came at the last minute. And I appreciate that. Usually we give people at least a good week.
You talk about God ordained.
Like,
okay.
I'm talking. I called Ro today. I said, okay, wait, who's our guest today? She's
Why
like,
you clowning? Why you telling on
come
us?
Stuff happens. Hey, look, it's real. This is real life. Okay, stuff happens. Sometimes either guests they don't come, or they call it the last minute and say they can't come, or stuff happens. And so that was this day today. And God is good because the first person I thought of was you.
Thank you.
And sure enough, you answered the phone. You were so kind to answer the phone for me. I feel so special.
Hello,
And-
Trisha. You know I love you, Trisha.
Yeah, I love you too, brother.
Girl.
So,
I love your husband too.
I
Tony.
know.
T. Grant, where
He
you at?
aight.
Where you at, T?
Tony Grant, he's in North Carolina right
Okay,
now, in
okay.
Charlotte with his
Yeah.
mom.
Okay.
So, and send up prayers for my mother-in-law too. Her name is Jean. Y'all just send up some prayers for her health, and that's all I'm gonna say. Just please, in Jesus' name, just send up some prayers. So, Paul, Hannah, let me see. I know that you have at least. I'm throwing out a number. I could be wrong. I could be right. About 20 films.
Somewhere like that.
20 something?
Can you rattle off some
Under
film
your-
titles?
Let's see. Who can I run to? My favorite 5 just came out. Marriage Chronicles is a big one. Everybody loves that
Yay,
one. The Perfect Man. Redemption of a Dog. The Sincere. We just finished that one. It's a brand new one. And I got a Christian horror flick.
Whoa.
Wow, that's coming
She's
out.
starring in that. No, I'm
out.
just kidding. Roll Williams starring in the
I
Christian
do.
Horror. Okay, so
We took it
wow.
way back. We took
Oh
it
my
way
goodness,
back,
we
yeah.
gotta talk. I got some
Wow, yeah,
ideas
we
on
do
that.
need to talk about that. That sounds very interesting.
So now, you
She's
as a
been-
film director, did you write all these projects, or you?
I did. I do direct other projects, but obviously the ones that I write have a special place in my heart.
And which ones have you written?
All the ones I named. So
Okay, right.
I don't drop anybody else's films right now. But yeah,
I
all
got
the ones that
you.
I named.
I
Yeah.
got
Now,
you.
somebody
sure.
who's watching this and they hear the library of films that you have, or if they Google you and look you up, how do you market them? Because how do you get them to mainstream? Are they straight to Netflix? Or are they in the theaters? Are they in select theaters? Like, how do you go through that process?
Yeah, it's what we've been so blessed, and I always say it's all God, because I haven't even tried that hard, to be honest. A lot of our films are in demand before they even get finished being shot. So we've sold films while we're shooting. We've had distributors come to the set and get our films before we even get them. We finish shooting before we get them in the can. So yes, they get to Netflix. Some have a small theatrical release. They are on BET, which we're going to talk about one that'll be on BET tomorrow night.
Yes.
2 weeks ago, we had a film, My Favorite 5, with Brian White, Rochelle Yates, D. Ray David, just a bunch of folks that premiered on BET 2 weeks ago. So
Nice.
yeah, it hit all those spots.
Brian White is actually working with my husband this weekend in D.C. on Jacarius Johnson's play.
I've been seeing that.
Wait,
Right.
what was that film about? Because I might have saw that.
Which one? My Favorite 5?
Yeah.
She's
It just
dating
came
5 men and really doesn't believe in marriage. And
wow.
it's got
She
it all
busy.
twisted. Yeah.
And who plays that? The
Rochelle
lovely.
Yates.
Oh, Rochelle Yates. I was
Yeah.
thinking that this other young lady, but
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
nice.
She killed it too. She
Wow.
did a good job.
Yeah,
So-
when you
yeah.
go ahead.
Now, because I'm curious to see, just backing into how you even got to this point, relationships. Somebody had to open the door because we want to graduate to that point where they're coming to us for stuff and
Sure,
product and
sure.
your
Yes.
for roles and
Right.
us for
Yeah.
placement and
Right.
so what advice would you give to the dreamer out there, whether they're marketing themselves or a product or a project? I mean, was your daddy like Spielberg Jr. or something, and he
No.
had the relationships? Like, how did you get to that point?
You know what? It's crazy because I always tell people the first thing you do is do something. So if you want to be a film producer, you go out and produce a film. Even if you do it for free, people are shooting movies with their iPhones now, right?
Right.
So if you want to be an actor, stand in front of your iPad, FaceTime, and act. So whatever you want to do it. 2008, I was an executive for about 14 years, and I got laid off a big job with a whole bunch of money and didn't know what I was going to do. Took $35,000 of my own money, made a film called Consensual. I put a bunch of people that I knew in it, no names. I was just going to tell Hollywood, we don't need no names. You can do that, you can't make no money. But anyway, we did this film Consensual, and from that film, I got a 5-picture deal, and from that, I got a studio deal. From that, I got distribution deal, et cetera, et cetera.
So you made that 35,000 back.
I did. Barely. On that film, barely
But-
I made it
but
back.
you made it.
But it opened the door
Yeah, gotcha.
for every other film.
Right.
So we shot it in 7 days. I didn't know what I was doing in terms of directing a film. I had directed plays, but it's a whole different thing behind the camera, and everything that could went wrong. I mean, it was nutty. It was crazy. But like I said, it opened up every door that we're walking through now.
Right.
That's
Well,
awesome.
yay.
Yeah, and it's this business, man. Everybody doesn't have that favor that God gave you. And there are producers out there just stressing out right now trying to get their stuff up. But you just door after door after door. And I think because you have great character skills and you are a good person and you're on the up and up and you do right by your cast, you do right by your crew, you do right by the people you work alongside with, like Angela White, your producer that works with you on so many things. I think that you're blessed. And that's why things just kind of work out for you, and that's great.
I'd like to hear your thought on that, like for real. Like, what do you think it is? I mean, are you someone who is diligently in your Bible, walking with God, looking, just for His leading daily, or is it just like paint by numbers kind of thing?
No, it's humility first. When you know it's God, you're forced to be humble because it's not you. Like you said, there's too many other people out here who are talented, who have great stories, who have great skills, who even, spend 8 years in film school or whatever it is, that's still trying to get on. And, we've been in a position where we've been blessed. So I think it's God first. And yes, I acknowledge Him in all my ways. That's the first thing. So when you do that, He starts to open doors. And as He opens doors, as the old folks say, can't nobody close them, baby. You know what I'm saying? Right? So
that's how they sound too.
That's exactly, what it is. So, but again, the first thing is to do it, to be diligent. I write 10 pages a day some days.
Really?
Yeah. I don't.
Yes. Tell me what your
process is.
Yeah. So
because you're juggling 2 boys.
Yeah.
Two
my
young
mini
men.
me's, my mini me's.
Yes,
Basketball, football.
Actually, runway models. I'm like, I don't see nothing basketball about this one here. Come on over here. Look at it.
Come here, baby. Let's see that white suit. You look like you've done stepped out off of your yacht.
What is your name, Precious?
Come here, baby.
Look at him.
You. Look at where's the other one? Come here, baby.
This one, the runway model right here. Okay, he's like basketball my eye.
We were trying to save them for later on, but it's so hard because they're such
so cute.
Nice young men. What's your name?
Paul.
Of course.
And yours?
Paul too.
Chris.
Thank God you weren't like George.
And how old are you?
He named all his kids George.
How old are you?
I'm 9.
9. Wow.
Nice.
How old are you?
How old are you?
I'm
Paul?
10.
You're 10.
Wow.
You guys get along pretty good.
No.
Yeah, so you're like me and Ro. You don't fight like me and Ro.
So, do you like writing like your dad?
I do.
You do?
I like to write. Usually I write stories, like comics, stuff like that.
Okay.
Good. And what do you write, Paul? Speak right into this mic for me.
Usually I'll write like essays and assignments that my teachers give me, and my teacher says I write really, really well.
You write essays?
Wow.
Where were you when I was in college, huh? Good Lord. If I go back to school, I'm calling you, okay?
Do you think you might get into the film business, writing and directing, like your dad?
Well,
or if you have another aspiration, you can share that.
I don't know.
You got time.
You think about it.
Yeah, you could think about
Get
it.
back to us.
In fact, he was on the set of Who Can I Run To, yelling action and cut.
So you would just all up.
He just wants to be a boss. It doesn't matter what he's a boss of. He just wants to be
give
a
me
boss.
some.
He was the one that confused me and made me stop my scene, right? That was you. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you guys.
you.
We may, if we have time, we may
we
bring
might
you
have to
on
bring y'all
back,
back on.
and talk to you
very
some
much.
more. Thank you guys. It's nice meeting you, Paul. And Lord have mercy, Jesus help me. What's the other baby's name?
Christopher.
I knew that. I was just testing you, Daddy.
He's a dancer, too.
Christopher and Paul. All right, wonderful.
Trying to act shy. We know you ain't
You're
shy,
not
Christopher.
shy.
He was like,
Look
hey,
like you're about to get
clean
on
as
Dancing
board
with the
hell.
Stars right
Clean
now.
as board hell.
My babies.
I love that. I love that you're a good dad.
Thank you.
And you know what? Let me say this.
Are you a
too.
full-time dad too? Like,
I'm part-time dad.
Okay.
I'm full-time dad, but I only have him part-time.
Well, let's
so,
give love
yeah.
to Mama.
Yeah,
What's
for
Mama's
sure.
name?
Devina. That's
Hey,
Mom.
Devina, thank you
Shout
for being a
outs.
good mama
Yeah,
too, and
shout out.
co-parenting
Yeah,
peacefully.
Absolutely.
That's
Praise God.
important.
Speaking those things.
You know
amen.
that.
meanwhile, back over here.
Nice flyer. Everybody
I'm
can
like,
see
you
this
know, you're
flyer.
making something.
We're gonna upgrade it again.
But
really.
I have to say this: no matter whether it's being a parent, let me help clean this up for her. Whether it's being a parent,
I was just assuming.
or being a business owner, you're going to have challenges and trials of various kinds.
Amen.
So
know
let's
what
talk
assumptions
about
do.
how, especially when you when you're dealing with personalities, and you clash,
Why
and
you gotta
have
point at me?
or no, I mean,
gotta point at me.
so crazy. Or like being on the set and dealing with whether it's a difficult actor or even a child that's acting out. How important would you say God is in giving you the patience and the discernment and the wisdom to be the shepherd or the leader over all of that at the same time?
Yeah, you know what? It is so important because people will try you for real. And earlier on in my career, it was more so because didn't nobody know who I was. I still don't consider myself anybody like that, but back then they really didn't know who I was. And so you had actors that had done 30, 40, 50 movies, and they're going to tell you how they're going to do the scene and what words they're going to use because they don't understand the words you wrote. I mean, I'm just saying what they said from their own mouth.
Yeah, which is so
You mean in the arrogant way as if they're helping you out?
Yeah.
Like, how do you deal with that? Besides the fact where you say to yourself, I'm not going to work with you no more.
Well, that's the first thing. It's like you don't get that call no more.
Right.
And it doesn't mean much then, but it means something now.
Totally.
And then secondly, just stepping aside and praying. And then sometimes you got, in the spirit, snatch them,
Be like, you just trying to irk the Jesus out of me right now.
Contend with those, O Lord, who contend with me. Fight against those.
That's her favorite scripture. Be like,
I'm trying to tell you. You
So
got
I haven't always won that spiritual battle. There's been times I've definitely crossed over into the flesh.
because you're not doing faith-based films. You're doing films that are in the world. So you get actors from every religion, every
for
walks
sure.
of life,
For sure.
with issues, on drugs, not on drugs, being
sure.
abused, not being abused. You never know what issue they're coming in with.
Yes.
Other than they really seem like they're the right one for this role.
Yes.
So
Even when it's faith-based movies, you don't necessarily always know that you're dealing with a believer. So
Right.
As a director, you have to, discern that, bring that out, talk about that. But, they'll act up. I mean, crew's the same way. It's not always the actors. Sometimes it's crew. I remember on Who Can I Run To? It's funny. I was on my way to set, and Angela, shout out to my producer, Angela White.
Angela
who
White, we
produces
love
with
you.
me.
Yeah, she's beautiful too.
Yeah.
And very serious about what she does.
Yeah.
She don't play.
She called me on the phone and she said we had this one crew member. They wouldn't stop smoking in the church, and they got mad because they didn't want them to smoke on the parking lot we shot it at. City of Refuge.
Yes.
And
Bishop Noel Jones
yes,
Church.
yes. I love Bishop Jones. And anyway, she was going in on him. And
Wow.
yeah. And so that's things you have to contend with. And this was a faith-based movie. In that term, I just call it a Christian movie. That's what it is, because I don't know what your faith is, but you can't mistake Christ.
Right.
So
You
I
got
just
that
call
right.
it a Christian movie.
And everyone has a challenge. I don't care
Yeah.
whether it's a Christian movie or not.
Yeah.
It's always a challenge. And after it's over and it's done, and you sit there and take a deep breath, you're like, "Woof, I made it." And you could always have a shirt after each production and go, "I survived the Who Can I Run
Right.
To production. I survived the
Yes.
five.
Yeah.
What's it called? The five
My
fave.
favorite five.
My favorite five production." So let's talk about Who Can I Run To?
Sure.
Because I'm in it.
Yes.
And,
yes, Trisha
uh,
Mann.
it's going to be on BT.
And Tasha Page Lockhart is in it. Woo woo.
Yes,
And
yes,
Marvin Sapp, Reverend Marvin Sapp is in
I
it.
just love him.
And, he's
just like, is he the
awesome.
real deal? He's the real
He's,
deal.
He
he's
is.
amazing.
He is so real.
Came in and killed it.
Oh my God, he killed it. And he was scared. He was so nervous. Hold on, we're gonna get to that first. Let me give everybody else love. We got Little Mo. We got Cherie Johnson.
Yes.
And Sherry. Is it Sherry Johnson?
Sherry Johnson.
Sherry Johnson. Antoine Tanner.
Yes.
We've got Kel Mitchell and Major. Am I missing anyone that's in it? Oh, Jessica Reedy
Jessica
was
Reedy
amazing.
was great.
Who played the pastor's wife? Or there was a first lady, or I remember her. I see her face. She's really pretty, short hair.
Katrina.
Katrina.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Okay, I'm trying to remember everybody. I'm trying to give everybody love. And
Nelson Jackson did some of the music.
Okay.
Who is the organist at West Angeles.
And Billy Sly Williams.
Billy
He
Sly
wasn't
Williams.
actually in it, but he was like
He's
your right
part of
hand
my
man.
production team.
Right.
We had Marvin Winans Jr., who did some of the music on
Nice.
it.
It seems like you got a plethora of talent. Like, how do you even pull that together? Like, is your script, does it start from here's the script and you pass it to one person and you're like, man, this is the bomb, this is the best thing since sliced bread, and it goes around? Or you just start going in your Rolodex calling people saying will they be a part of it, and just because of your history they're like, not a problem, and I'll be down.
I try to keep the same team. You know, I'm very loyal. So when people are loyal to me, I try to be loyal to them. So
is that acting and behind the scenes?
Well, acting, you can't always do that, but my crew and my production team always.
Gotcha.
So Angela White has produced like 8 of those films with me. You know, Keith Smith was an amazing DP. He's DP'd a bunch of my films for me. My wardrobe person, Michael McLean. I mean, these people I call because they get it. You know, they know I work fast. They know I don't play. So it's just you call those people. You know,
and you don't. I think I saw you. I think I saw you get just a little bit frustrated one time, but it was like a contained frustrated. Like he was, but he was so cool with it. I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna stay far away because my little feelings would be so hurt if Paul snapped off on me. So let me sit my tail down.
You could just see him simmering underneath.
Oh yeah, I mean he checked whoever it was you were checking.
Yes.
And
but was it because
it was because things
was
just not, and it wasn't even so much an actor. I think it was just making sure everybody was on point and getting things back together. And we were in the church, the City of Refuge at that time, and your tone and your demeanor, like kind of scared me. So I said, I'm gonna go off in the corner somewhere and sit down until all that settles. But you know, like you said, you still have to handle business, and you still have to you're the captain of the ship.
Yes, absolutely.
So you got to keep it running. Now, who can I run to? You know, I was saying about Marvin Sapp. There's a scene I did with Reverend Marvin Sapp where I'm this woman that slept with this other.
I think we have some photos.
This man, and
some behind the scenes
he's married, right? So the man's married, and
of Marvin Sapp,
and Marvin's ministering to me. So you know, I kind of got whipped.
Yeah, we do.
Reverend Marvin Sapp in the
He's
scene
sitting at the table.
Yes.
She just having a whole nother conversation.
No, I'm trying to have them pull up the image of you and Marvin Sapp.
Right here.
I'm trying to have them pull up the image.
Y'all see that? Did you see her abuse me?
It's
on a worldwide video.
They're sitting at the table.
Oh, I'm calling the police. I'm going to get the hospital. 911. All right. So anyway.
Sorry.
So what happened was Paul came over to me and said, okay, Trisha, now you do know who that is, don't you? I was like, yeah, that's Marvin Sapp. He's like, okay, all right, but you can't. I'm like, Paul, I'm acting. I'm in the character. I'm in the moment. Because that's what the character would do. And then Marvin, he stepped up and said, hey, man, I've seen it all before. This is what they do for real.
Yeah. And, you know, and he really brought it. He loves to act. Like, he was serious about it. He learned his lines. He called me from Detroit. You know, it was like, well, this little part right here, you know, I say it with an A, I say it with a long E. You know? So he was really serious about it. But the one thing that I'm most proud of in this movie is, can I tell you a little history about the movie? Is that okay?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so this was like my first big original piece. Like, this was the thing that broke me. You know, this was 20 years ago, Seattle, Washington. I wrote the play. I wrote the music. And I got a bunch of my friends, singers that, like Toya Williams, Carl Kelly. These are all big Washington State. Remember Mass Choirs was in back in the day?
Oh, yes.
Hezekiah Walker. Well, the Washington State Mass Choir, I used to sing that choir.
Yeah.
And I called a bunch of my friends that were singers. And we did this play. And it was Who Can I Run To? With all the original music, live band, sold tickets. I scraped up $1,500, got a church, sold tickets was $7, $8, whatever it was, sold it out.
Right.
And the anointing fell so hard, we couldn't even finish it. Like, it was crazy. I had people videotaping it, and the tape ran out, and they was somewhere on the floor, and then put in another tape, so we only have half of the play. Just when it got good, when people was falling out, they on the floor, and they didn't even put the next tape in.
See, that's when it's good to have some atheists around.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm watching it because I can't believe what just happened.
I can't believe
and the tape's out.
Oh, look, have an atheist around next time.
It ain't got to be an atheist. It ain't got to be an atheist. They can just be somebody
they can be
who's
slain too. This is true.
Because the word is for them. You know, it's got to be.
Well, that's the good thing about it. You have the atheists around because you know they're not into it.
It could be somebody chill like me because I don't do all that. I should have falling out on it.
The spirit can get you too.
I don't go out like that. I've been there.
Can get you too.
I'm the one looking around like.
I show your church shout. I saw it. It wasn't phony. I saw it.
I'm just saying. I'm not gonna be the one that. Oh, shit!
Oh, look. I used to when I was little. I used to look at people that spoke in tongues, and I'd be like, "Oh, sit down. You're phony. You're fake." Until tongues fell on me, and then I was like,
"My mom would bust out." My mom would bust out, and I'd be like this in the pew, like.
You
disappear.
Girl, look, I wouldn't disappear.
Crazy.
I would run down. Me and my sister would take off because we look at her and she get start revving up when I was little. My mama get revved up and I was like, Tasha, Mama about to get the Holy Ghost, and then
but this is the problem that I have. Everybody uses the same words. It's supposed to be in a certain language.
Mean? Everybody uses the same
this person
word.
is Shandalalanda over here, and a Shandalalanda over here, and a Shandalalanda over here.
No, mine
just
is mine is a
I'm
little
like,
different.
Something ain't right about that. I'm just saying. I'm just
I sound
saying.
Asian sometimes. I'm like, okay, Lord, bring on all the different languages. But anyway, back to who can I run to?
I bet you when they act in the movie, it sound real. Mm-hmm. We had somebody speaking in tongues in the movie.
Oh, girl, they be talking about La Cienega and Toyota Corolla and all that stuff. They're making stuff up. Okay, so back to who can I run to? Because it's coming on tomorrow night on BET at 8 p.m., right?
Yes.
8
Pacific Standard Time?
BET, you guys.
Eastern time.
Eastern time.
Check your local listing.
Oh, wow. So that means...
Maybe 5 o'clock here. Depends on DirecTV or Time Warner. So
DirecTV, Time Warner,
yeah, it's
y'all,
different.
BET.
So I know it plays 8 p.m. Pacific time, Time Warner here.
Okay,
so,
all right.
But anyway, so 20 years later,
yes,
we took the music, and to have Marvin Sapp singing your music, singing your songs, to have Tasha Page Lockhart singing your song.
She can
that girl
sing. My
is
God.
stupid.
She's
in terms
anointed.
of vocalist.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
She's
she is
ridiculous.
out of control. Like I don't even think people know her level. Like what you saw on Sunday Best, what you hear on her album was it's
incredible.
Her mom, Lisa Brooks from Witness. You remember the group Witness? She was group Witness, her dad, and but anyway, she was great. Lil Mo killed it on the shouting song.
Yeah, she did.
She went in.
Jessica Reed's voice is amazing.
We're working on it right now.
Because I was going to ask you, how does that plan out? Like, do you have them come in the studio and sing separately, or are they singing while you're shooting? Like, how does that work?
It depends on who can I run to. Everybody sung live, so we had a truck there that was recording the music live. So you literally got what was in that moment.
Wow.
So,
now Trisha sings it.
Yeah,
Can we look forward to her singing in the movie?
No, I could rap. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, hold on. Y'all singing with your man. Wait. Don't you sing with your husband? What happened? No,
we do. You know what? We're actually on his album coming up. Yeah. There's a song I wrote called The Way You Love Me. Lord help me, Jesus. I wrote the song. It's called The Way You Love Me. Yeah, that's the name of the song.
Nice.
And so it's a duet that we did, and we recorded it already, and it's being mastered and all that for the album.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully, he still puts it on there, but that is the plan.
It could be featured in the next movie.
Whatever, girl. I'm learning to say God's will be done. But I love the song, and it's really sweet.
Beautiful.
So, but I could rap. You know what I'm saying? I
no,
MC
that's
Lady
my
T.
area. Why you all stepping on mine?
You could come in. I'll give you a duet. We could do the who can I run? I said, who can I run to? I said, you know what's up with me? I want to say, hey. Okay, I'm done.
I'm more of a lip sync rapper. If you put the lyrics in front of me, I got you.
Not too
Karaoke.
fast, not too slow.
Please give her the
I
lyrics.
could do
Please,
twist a little something. Maybe, I don't know. The check is right.
Wow. No, it won't be any
I'm
check.
trying to remember if I met Tony first or did I meet you first? I can't remember.
Oh, Paul,
I think I knew you both because
you knew me before.
Tony actually did a song that I wrote called "Make My Move"
for the Marriage Chronicles.
In the movie The Marriage Chronicles,
wow.
And he was singing to Persia White.
Yes,
and everybody loves that song. He killed it.
He sure
killed
did.
it.
My baby can write. He can write.
Yes,
Persia from Girlfriends. Yeah, she's beautiful. And Paul was sweet enough to let me be the person to introduce Tony's character on stage, and then he was supposed to have a different name, and I was like, introduce Tony Grant.
Now, were you married to him?
It was one take. Were we married or we were engaged?
No, yes.
Okay. And I said the man's name, so it forced him to have to put it in the credits. Well, you probably could have cut that.
Yeah, what were you supposed to say?
I forgot what name you gave him. He had a name.
Yes.
Her one moment, and she blew.
I introduced it really good. It was one take. I thought that was a good one take.
It was really good.
You used it?
I used it.
Did you realize she said? Did you realize she said her husband's name?
I did.
Everybody did. The whole room was like, Lord.
But that's better that was better for Tony though. So that's all good.
Right. So he played himself.
Yeah.
Voila. So in the credits it says Tony Grant as himself. I love it. I love it.
Cute.
And so the Marriage Chronicles, that was my first Paul Hannah movie. Yay.
Yes.
I had my little 2 seconds on stage. I loved it. So it was such a blessing for him to call me, or I don't know, did I call you? Was I like beating you up?
Were you peddling?
I don't remember.
I need a part. I need a jaw pull. I will work for food. I will work for food.
Okay. And so, for real. And so, no, Paul called and he said, I have a role for you, but then you changed it to the role. Lord, what's her name? What's my name? Erica?
Erica,
yes. So I play the role of Erica in this, and the end, I'm not going to spoil it for those who haven't seen it, but in the end, there's an interesting twist.
You talking about the movie that's coming on tomorrow?
Yeah.
Nobody's seen it.
Girl,
I'm just
where have
saying.
you been?
Because you said for those who haven't seen
people
it.
have got the DVD.
Yeah, it's been out.
You need to,
Oh, it has?
Yes, this is
Well,
a
yeah, I didn't
TV
know that.
premiere.
Well, then you need not
TV
speak on things you don't know
premiere.
yet.
I'm like,
all right,
wait,
look
wait,
here.
well, from
like
my
I said,
perspective, you feel me, brother?
you
I'm
just
like,
stepping
hold
I
on. This
feel
is
you.
fresh to me.
Okay.
I didn't
with
know
you.
it
I'm
was
with you.
previously released.
Yeah, but you just said it so emphatically, like you knew what you like. She been to school. She done got a degree in the hook and up from
She
it
works
makes
for
sense to
Overflow.
me. It didn't make sense. Like that little kid whose mom told him he was having a baby. He was like, "Why would you do that? Why would you have another baby? It just doesn't make sense." You know, the little
Never
boy.
does.
Oh my
Okay.
God! He was like, no, it
Okay,
just didn't
so
make sense.
anyway, for those of you, I'm going to finish telling you that Who Can I Run To did come out on DVD and has been out now for about
October.
Since
Yeah,
October.
it was October.
And you didn't support it, so that's why you didn't know. 'Cause
I
you
didn't know. No, I'm a
That's a
hermit,
shame.
and I don't
That's
get out
such a
much
shame.
except on Sundays.
Whatever. And so, so anyway, yeah. For those who haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, but
But Trisha killed it. Let me just say she did a really good job. I wouldn't say that if she didn't.
Just
I
'cause
just
you
say
here.
she was interesting and deep. That's what I would say if it wasn't good. But she actually killed it.
I'll remember.
Everybody,
Oh my God! Anybody in the
in
future?
the call had
Did
a
I just
film.
do that? Did I just
He
do that?
says you are interesting and deep. You stunk up the
You
room.
did not do good. He let the cat out the bag.
Yeah,
But that's
Trisha-
good that you don't.
Trisha
You,
killed
you know,
it.
still
He's
be
talking about
positive.
me. Would you let him tell?
Well,
Okay, what you said
some
about
people
me
have
now?
a bad day. But Trisha killed it.
Thank you.
She played opposite Tasha. She played opposite
love
Marvin
Tasha.
Sapp.
Yes.
But she killed it.
Marvin.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it. But she killed it.
was
So
fun.
please tune in and watch it tomorrow.
Thank you.
I was so proud of what she gave, and you know, it's good to have these opportunities when I do movies when I can just call people that I actually like to work with, because you can't always work with people you like to work
Yeah,
with.
right.
You know,
Amen.
we know that, you know, the distributors want to see certain people on the cover, et cetera, et cetera. That's the part of the business I hate. But I love it when I can call people in that I love to work at and see them do their thing. So that was real cool. Real cool.
And his direction is great. You know, there are some directors that are abusive. There are some directors that
Yeah,
don't
we
give you
know.
enough. There are some directors that are technical only,
Yes.
and don't know how to bring stuff out of you.
Yes.
Because I was so excited on my first scene, which is the very first scene. I was so amped. I was like, and so but I know better. I've done a million films. I was just so excited. And so Paul was like, hey, listen.
Bring it down.
So could you I'm gonna need you to pull that back a little bit, bring it on down. But I took your direction
Yes,
and
absolutely.
brought it down. I didn't even
That's my job.
realize.
That's my
But
job.
it was just more of me just being so excited and feeling so blessed to be able to work.
Yeah.
And
I got a job.
to work. Because Paul does pay, praise Jesus. You don't get a lot of that out here in LA, but Paul does pay. And thank the Lord. And so, yeah, I appreciated that. And I don't mind making fun of myself because, you know, we all have our moments.
Right.
You know, it wasn't my first film. It's just that I was really excited.
Well, you even said Marvin Sapp was
Bringing
a
it.
little, you know, he was all giddy and get amped to
Yeah,
for his
and
role.
you know, he's been
Yeah.
promoting it. He's been tweeting it about it on
Great.
Instagram, and that's cool.
That is so
Because a lot of
good.
people won't do that. You know, a lot of
Yeah, they want to get paid for that.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, but he's been promoting. You know, he has a big church in Michigan, so that's been very cool seeing him get excited about it coming on TV.
Yeah, and for the cast members that are out here, maybe we can come back and do another show, like
Yeah,
another
for
time when
sure.
you know, I
For
don't know what
sure.
else you're going to do with this. It's on DVD, it's on BET. Are you
Yeah.
going to try to do anything else?
I'd love, you know, if we can get the ratings tomorrow, I'd love to do a sequel. I'd love to even put it on tour because the music is so great in this film. I'd
Awesome.
love to put it on tour.
Well, you said it
That'd be
was
nice.
previously featured in Detroit, right? So
Seattle.
Seattle. So
Yeah.
I mean, you know that it has the
Yeah.
marketability
Yeah,
there. You know,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
But
that's
tour
what-
is a lot of work, you know.
But it's fun work.
It
We
is.
love tours.
Yeah.
We love them because they pay well.
Yes.
But it's a lot of work and
a
it's
lot of
very
work.
challenging. It's very taxing and you have to keep your health up.
Right.
You have
I
to take
love
care of your
touring.
body.
It's fun. I love living out of a suitcase.
It can be. Okay.
And if you got a good director now, we've been on tour with some challenging ones.
Lord have
but
mercy.
like indentured servants. But I still loved it nonetheless.
Did you really just go
She
there?
said it.
Yeah.
She just really went there. Like she straight just
Like
went all the way. around.
I did. Okay, because the truth will make you what? Free.
Okay.
I ain't in bondage no more. I'm free now.
Amen.
Promised
Indeed.
land of independence.
All right, what's next for you, Paul? What's going on? What's next?
Okay, so we have a movie called The Sincere, which I love. This movie is different. You never see anything like this.
It's in production now.
It's done. We're looking for a distribution home right now. I stars Isaiah Washington, Sally Richardson, Lisa Ariandale Anderson, Michael Ironside, just a bunch of folks. Richard Jones. It's about a woman who uses her discernment to solve crimes.
I love that.
It's crazy. It's crazy, and it's a twisted love story in between there, and a little action and thriller, and so it's different. We're really excited about that one. And Angela produced that with me. We did that out in North Carolina last year. Had a good time, and I ate so much in North Carolina. It was crazy.
Don't you just love
God,
that
I ate
Southern
so
food?
much. It was terrible.
I'm joining the boot camp tomorrow, so my eating days are over. I went and got measured up and weighed in today. I'm like, it's about to be on and cracking. Come 5 in the morning.
Yeah, I've been consistent. I went to the gym. You and I still haven't gone bike riding. We need to do that.
She fired.
I know. I am.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
terrible. I meant to, like the last 5 days, to go bike riding with my sister over here, but we didn't make
She
it.
got a husband. You know, when you by yourself, you just got your dog, maybe a kid.
He's out of town.
This one here, she's like, I'm out with my boo.
Anyway, you guys, please support Paul Hanna, BET, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow night, that's Monday night. What date is that?
23rd.
The 23rd.
Yes.
And who can I run to? And yes, I'm in it. And all these wonderful, amazing people. Marvin Sapp, Tasha Page Lockhart, Kel Mitchell, Sherry Johnson, Antoine Tanner, Major, and oh Lord, Little Mo. See, we
Now,
on
did
the
you give
same
a brief
page.
synopsis of what to expect, like what it's
Excuse
about
me.
in like a sentence or two?
Yeah. It's a story about a woman who was in a R&B group and lost her way. She's living with a no good person, and she struggles with alcoholism. And her girls are now in church, and they're trying to get her to find the same God that they found. And she's an amazing singer, and she finds her way through music back to God. So,
And I play her best friend.
yes.
Or
Now
not.
you seem to have you have a catalog of work. Do you have a website? If they want to, if one of our listeners want to, learn more about you, how can they connect?
PaulHanna.com. And you can see all my stuff there. One Paul Hanna is Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz. And we have all of our material out there. You can keep up with what we're doing.
And that's Hannah with an H.
We
With
didn't
H.
even give
2
the
H's.
call-in number. Veneric, you want to give the call-in
310.
number? Oh, she's got it.
473-3100.
You're off the air
31.
today.
Oh no, it's 323. 323-473-3100.
Right. I mean, I know we only have a few minutes left, but someone can call in if they have a question for Paul. I want to know, what was your childhood like when you were a little
And
boy?
did you know the Lord at a young age?
Wow.
Or did you find him in your adulthood?
No, actually I did. I was going all over the nation teaching the word at 10 years old. I was in the newspaper, that whole jazz.
Wow.
So I was the only child. I grew up with a single mom who remarried when I was 10. And 15, I was on my own, out the house, on the streets.
Wow, 15.
I graduated from high school, lived on the farm for a year. And God really just he'll put you in a position where you have to seek him. It's survival. You know what I'm saying? Some people get it where it's just a choice, but other people it's survival, and that's what it was for me. And that's where he, developed my gifts and put that in me. So, yeah.
Well, you're quite a catch, my brother, and I know that you are single. We mentioned that earlier. So you're talented, you're smart, you're good looking, you do so
Thank you.
much.
Very sweet.
So are you looking to find someone right now? Or are you in a place of just solitude, or let me get my thing together spiritually, mentally, emotionally? What?
No, I think you gotta keep your thing together.
Always.
So, I've been doing that for a while, but I'm looking to get married. I'm hoping to be married. I believe that's God's plan for my life. Once I find that right man, one. you date a lot of right wrongs, but you find that right.
You date a lot of wrongs.
Counterfeit fish. You be like,
straight wrong.
oh, tire.
But I think when you
Food poisoning.
I think when you have somebody that can minister into your life, that's so critical when you're set to do extraordinary things. Because if they're not ministering into your life, there's depleting it. So,
and you have to have somebody who's strong and secure with themselves.
About
Let me tell you right now, you rattle off the names of some of the actresses you work with. They be like, you working late night reading. You doing a reading with my eye.
Sure.
They got a GPS, ankle, all kind of stuff going on.
Yes.
Jumping out of bushes. You're like,
Yeah, I seen that pretty girl in
you doing what you was doing.
I bet she want a 6
like
too.
Chris, like Chris Rock said, I know you did it just a minute. Right. I know you did. We like the IRS. We want the confession. Right. No, but yeah, you definitely have to be spirit led and seriously and not led by So, but you're single.
We gotta remember the babies
father.
are in the room too.
Hey,
They've been like hanging out all day too.
The babies in
well,
the room.
let's talk about that. What advice in closing would you give to the single father that's out there struggling to pursue his dream or wanting to pursue his dream, but having a balance between being there for his kids and pursuing his dream and being that example.
Well, it's hard because if a man doesn't work, he doesn't eat. So you have to put providing for your family first, but you also have to put them first. Being a father, my father was never around, so being a father to me is my greatest joy. So raising them to be godly men, raising them to be good, strong, for real men, my number one. That's the thing that's the most important to me. So the first thing is you got to work. You got to work, but at the same time, you have to also make sure that you're investing that time into them because you don't get a second chance at their childhood.
Hey guys, what do you want to say to Daddy? What kind of words of encouragement and love do you want to give Daddy right now?
I just want to say that I love you, Dad, and thank you for just being there for all my life, and I just want to thank you for just giving me opportunities to play basketball, and you playing there out, and thank you for being there out with us, and thank you for just thank you for being there for my life.
You're welcome.
Great. That is great. Okay, Paul, what do you have to say to Dad?
Dad, I thank you for basically what Chris said. Thank you for being in my life, all of my life.
We not laughing at you, baby. We laughing
I'm
with
not
you,
laughing.
okay?
He's just in the chuckle.
You
Go
gave
on.
a look. We love it.
He's secure with himself. Go ahead, baby.
That's right.
And also I thank you for spending your time and your money to take care of us and feeding us and going and taking us everywhere.
That is so sweet. Don't you love that? Yay! Woo. Thank you, guys. You all are so mature for your age.
They really
And then
are.
you know how to appreciate Dad. You know that he's sacrificing and doing all he can. You enjoy being on set with him?
Yeah, he do. He's over there mugging.
You do? You mug it?
I ain't mad at you. Well, we thank you.
Chris, you enjoy being on set with Dad? Yeah, I bet you're going to be doing the same thing one day. I see it in the future.
They like to be a boss. That's
That's the only way to
That's
roll.
great.
Be a boss.
It's funny. He's like, Daddy, do they work for us too? Or didn't they? Okay.
Well, listen,
Wow.
guys, we are coming to the end of the show, and we want to thank Paul Hanna for being our guest and
Thank
for
you for
Paul
having
Jr.
me.
and Chris for being our guest today and talking about the movie Who Can I Run To, which is going to be on BET tomorrow night, the 23rd of March.
Yay.
Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And also, check out Tony Grant and all the cast of Jacarius Johnson's What Your Man Won't Do, Honey. The things he won't do, basically another man will. And I will be in a play, Bound and Gagged. Bound and Gagged.
Well, how can they check Tony out?
Is
Where is
in
that going to
Virginia.
be?
That's going to be in D.C. with Tony's play in D.C. next weekend. And Bound and Gagged will be, Tony and I both will be in Bound and Gagged in Virginia. Okay, and always watch Super Soul Sundays with my girl Toussaint Duchess. We're there every month, once a month in Jacksonville.
Well, we need to have her in here.
Help my head. Jacksonville, Florida. Yes, so much to think about. All right, girl.
Well, you know,
it's been fun.
My itinerary is like very, very short. You'll see me here next week. I'll be here in California.
I love this, girl.
Kicking up California dust.
You will.
Be in boot camp this week.
But you'll do it with love.
5:30 in the morning, 3 times a week. I'm just
love
saying,
and excellence.
I'm just saying, like,
girl, stop it. Be grateful. Be grateful. We're
I am
grateful. We're happy.
But I'm laughing because I'm like, I have not. What do you say to come back after that?
Oh my God.
Well, this is what I'm doing.
She's
Praise
amazing.
the Lord
she ministers and
I am not
encourages.
tripping.
She's the reason that Gospel Rhythms is Gospel
Trust
Rhythms,
me,
y'all.
boot camp. I'm
Okay?
looking forward to it. Everything would have to come to a halt.
Give me
anyway.
all your food.
Tour done.
Give me all your food. Put your food in my refrigerator.
Girl, I have no
I got
food.
you.
That is
I got you, boo.
fish salad water.
Oh Jesus! That okay? That's interesting. All right, Gospel Rhythms. I'm Trisha Mann Grant.
I'm Ro Williams.
And we'll see you next Sunday. God bless you and thank you for being here with us.
Entertainment Edition. See you next Sunday.